Welcome to the latest episode of My Stylish Life. This is an interior design podcast where we talk about all things interiors, inspiration, and ideas to help you live your most stylish life. My name is Linda Mzamane, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Hello guys, it's Bridget Maya.
Yes, so today we wanted to, as you can see, we are feeling very festive, and we thought we would have a bit of a session where we talk all things Christmas.
Yeah.
I know Christmas is your favorite time of the year.
I love Christmas, guys. The other day I was chatting in the office with Mia and she said, "Oh yeah, Bridge, Christmas is like your Super Bowl." I was like, well, yeah.
Is it just like this big prep season?
Yeah, and I promise you, since I was little, that's the thing. I mean,
what were your Christmases like when you were little?
Oh, like a typical South African Christmas. I mean, I was fortunate enough that I grew up going to our beach house. So there were always holidays at the sea. But yeah, just so many magical memories. And since I was little, I have always been interested in decorating.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, clearly I was meant to be an interior designer.
You were meant to be, yeah.
I mean, you can ask my mom and she'll tell you, like, I used to, like, collect driftwood on the beach and be like, oh, can't we hang this? And, like, let's hang some baubles off it. And I was always making interesting versions of Christmas trees.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this one year. My one grandmother was kind of like, what is that? But yeah, always interested in doing that kind of thing. So cool. And always super invested. And my mom always was like, you know, and she was like, oh, let's make Christmas wreaths. And yeah, I've always just been caught up in the magic of it. And now I think that I have children. It really is exciting having
it's like
Christmas.
You are doing it all over again.
Yeah.
Eyes.
So like I really am invested always in making it like super magical.
So you know what? I love making Christmas magical, especially for children.
Yeah.
My Christmases, you know, when I think back to our childhood, it was consisted of going to my grandmother's house in Grahamstown, and our Christmas was always very, I guess, traditional in the way that it was covered in tinsel.
Yeah.
Okay, we had lots of tinsel and lots of those blingy bling things that hang that say Boney M. Yeah. Oh, what is Christmas without Boney M?
Boney M in the 80s.
So, yeah, that's what it was. And like lots of cousins all piled up.
Yes, lots of cousins.
And sleeping all over the floor. And basically that was Christmas.
Best.
So,
I know. I always have the fondest memories of that.
It is a special time.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think for today, we really just want to kind of spend some time talking about ideas for your Christmas tables this year, Christmas decor tips, and just to really kind of elevate Christmas and help us also think beyond maybe the traditional aspects of the decor that we've come to be used to. I just have one question about tinsel though. Is it still in or is it out? Are people still doing tinsel? Should they be doing tinsel?
I don't know. It's debatable.
Are there like modern versions of tinsel?
Yes, there are. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm going to share a picture on the next slide. If you guys are watching the YouTube, I am very into this look for this year.
Of tinsel.
It's a type of tinsel. It's not tinsel, but let's call it like blinged up tinsel pieces. I don't know. I'm explaining it very terribly here.
But you'll have a reference.
Have a look. If you're listening on Spotify, maybe you must go check out our Instagram page and we'll show some slides for some inspo on there too. And then you'll have a look at what I mean. But I am very into this look for like 2023. And you can buy packets of this stuff. Oh, doing a terrible job at explaining what it is. I don't even know what to call it. I want to call it tinsel hair.
Oh,
kind of. Like tinsel hair.
Almost like hair.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of, but it looks very cool.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I just think, I mean, I don't know about you, but I open up my Pinterest page now and it is just completely bedecked in Christmas, which I'm all for.
I mean, my Instagram feed is quite full as well. It's the food, the napkins, and how to do. I just saw one literally on my way over here that showed you a video of how to do a napkin in the shape of a Christmas tree.
You see.
So cute. Yeah. So cute. And I actually want us to talk about tablescapes and what kind of ideas we could have for Christmas tablescapes. I don't know about you. Are you guys a family that does Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
We actually do both.
Do you do both?
So, yeah. It's
What?
like, I promise you, Christmas is an event in our family, guys.
Production.
So, my husband's family traditionally like to do Christmas Eve. So, we do the whole full sit-down
dinner,
like full cooked dinner, Christmas Eve. And then what we've grown up in my mom and dad's family is Christmas Day, big family shindig, and that's usually like cold meats and salad vibes and like a whole day affair, which sometimes ends in a bit of games and karaoke singing when everyone's had a lot of champagne. So that's our vibe. What about you?
Gosh, we are Christmas Day people.
Okay, yeah.
Christmas Eve is usually just like board games and just playing and stuff. And then on Christmas Day, we will pretty much spend... And this is what I would love to change this year, because we spend all day cooking. I don't know about you guys. We spend all day cooking.
It's always an event.
And I mean, we obviously always try and aim for lunchtime, but it's usually like late afternoon when you're finally eating. But then we just collapse after that because one, you're exhausted, and two, you've eaten so much.
Yeah,
so
true.
I don't know. This year, I definitely want us to try and be serving by 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And so that we can just also all just relax.
Yes,
and
I
have
know.
a bit of a rest.
It is quite a thing.
Yeah. So in terms of tablescapes, what have you seen? What do you think?
I mean, you open up Pinterest, and here's the thing: it's all like American. Let's be honest. And I mean, look,
and snowy and white.
Yeah, their Christmases physically look a lot different to ours.
Yeah.
You know, we are in the heat in South Africa. A lot of us by the beach. So our Christmases feel a lot different, and I think it's really nice to kind of embrace that.
Yes.
I mean, the argument can be said though, because we don't have wintry Christmases, do you recreate that from like a magic point of view? I don't know.
I think it can still be magical in a summer inspired or a summer version of Christmas. I think it's totally
personally
doable.
I'm into like a South African-y kind of Christmas. So, you know, using like indigenous flowers, like you know, greeneries,
and like type
exactly. That kind of thing. You know, if you are at the beach, using some of that in like a really stylish way. You know, I also think it's an opportunity. We live in such like a vibrant country to actually go color. So personally, that's what I'm planning for my Christmas Day table. Is I'm bringing it in reds, greens, and pinks, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like really feeling the pink. Maybe it's still Barbiecore. I don't know.
I think it's probably still Barbie influencing that.
But I'm feeling it. And follow along in December, because we'll share our Christmases.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you keep it locked on our Instagram page, we'll definitely be sharing what our Christmas tables look like. Listen, okay, so last year I went to a very rustic place for Christmas. I had like a wooden table. I didn't cover it up. It was like exposed wood.
That.
Yeah. And then even my underplates were like had a very wooden type corky feel. And then I got some ivy leaves. I strung them all around the table.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And
that's
then I think I had a pop of red in the napkins. Nice. So it was like wood and then red in the napkins, and then everything else was kind of neutral. But it was really, really nice. I think this year I want to go a little bit, I want some sparkle to resemble your dress, okay? I think I definitely want some sparkle. Maybe I'll have baubles on the table and that sort of thing to just kind of
I feel like you got to have a bit of sparkle.
You do.
For Christmas. Yeah, just to bring that magic. Yeah. I also really think that candles, whether you're doing a Christmas Eve or even a Christmas Day. And, you know, like candles have come such a long way. We have access to so many beautiful coloured candlesticks, shaped candles. I mean, I saw the other day these beautiful, like, they were like big ones that looked a bit like Christmas trees, but like in a really stylish way. Like they weren't gimmicky, which were quite beautiful. So we have so much. And I do think like lights, really, again, we'll drum on about lights here, guys, forever and a day, but
they really do make a difference.
They
to
do
the
make
ambience.
a difference. I mean, even if you just have like a battery operated whatever, and you string that between your greenery on your table.
Those are so cute, those beautiful little lights with the batteries. And you and if you do have candles, how many times have you attended an event, Bridge, where there are candles on the table but then they don't light them?
I know, that's like
I'm
sacrilege.
just like, what a waste. Like, you've got these candles, light them. That's what they're there for.
I know.
So if you have candles on your table, please remember to light them.
Please light them,
remember to light them.
The other thing I won't lie, what I'm really into, and this was like heavily influenced by Instagram and Pinterest, is bows. And I think it comes straight out of fashion. As we know, like everything kind of, it starts at fashion and it kind of wheedles its way into everyday life. But bows,
where do you put bows? On the tree?
Velvet bows.
Oh, velvet bows on the tree are cute.
I will share some really cool hacks on how to tie some bows, but I think a bow on a tree is absolutely exquisite. I actually have some velvet bows on my tree this year, and I
have a confession. My tree isn't even up yet. I know. Okay, so you obviously are Miss Christmas, like Santa's niece.
How are we friends?
I do not have a tree up yet. Okay, I'm usually that person that switches in the week of, and then it'll stay until the end of Jan.
Oh, are you that person? Okay, like I'm like, I don't know, is this superstitious? But my mom, since I was little, I think it's always been like the 6th of Jan. She's like, she can't be up
after
anymore.
The 6th of Jan.
Yeah, it's like bad luck or something.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Oh, my word. So your tree's probably like up on the 1st of the month, basically.
Yeah. I think maybe it was like near the end of November. I'm not the person though, as much as I love Christmas, I'm not the person that puts my tree up at the beginning of November.
Oh yeah.
I do like wait it out. But bows, really into. I think bows are beautiful. I think you can also bring that into your tablescape, like around napkins. There are ways and means to use that.
I like that.
Something else that I really feel like we're needing a lot more in South Africa or access to are tree skirts. Have you seen, you know what I mean?
A tree skirt?
A tree skirt. So again, heavily influenced by stuff, you know, that we see
across the pond.
Across the pond, So a tree skirt is almost like let's just call it a basket or like something.
Oh, okay, so not literally fabric, but just something it can be fabric.
So like it can be, so the fabric part can be like the tree rug. So you put like a little circular rug or fabric something, and then you put your Christmas tree on top of that. And then like the skirt can be like let's call it a base. You know?
Okay, so something. So basically, anything to hide those ugly little legs of the tree. Okay, I like that. I've seen a friend
just elevates
who has a basket. Yeah, the tree's in a like a.
I mean, you could put your tree basket in the basket.
Yes, it's
that's
inside.
Obviously the other idea. So I think that I'm really into.
That's quite cute.
It is really nice, and I just wish that like online retailers in South Africa would make more accessible, because they're really not accessible. I've been trying to buy one for like the last 2 months, and like they're all out of stock at the one retailer, and it's like the only place I can seem to find or not find.
Or not,
The other thing, lights. I really, like I said, I don't think you can have enough lights.
I read something once, there's a saying that says you can tell a lot about someone based on how patiently or not they can untie Christmas lights, because no matter how neatly you fold them up and roll them up the previous year, by the next year they are just a tangled mess. But if you
do you plug in or battery operate?
I plug in. I've never actually had battery ones, but I have battery ones for like the table and other places, but for the tree it's the plug-in ones. And I've gone through the gambit of having like brightly colored ones or just the white ones, and I think I prefer the all white.
The all white, So this year I splashed out and bought a pre-lit Christmas tree.
What is that?
Which I just want to say is an absolute game changer.
Really?
So the tree comes with lights like
at
on
the
it
end of
already. And you literally just assemble the 3 parts of the tree and you plug it in.
Whoever thought that up, thank you.
It is so beautiful. I promise. I am so obsessed with it. I love it.
That's nice.
It does make it easier.
So then do you plug the tree in, or
just with the cord?
Okay.
And it's all connected. I mean, the thing is, I did like have a little think prior to purchasing it, like what happens if one of the bulbs malfunction. Still don't know. So I hope it's going to be okay. But that's what I bought. Absolutely loved it.
Okay. But other than that, you could obviously get the battery operated string lights, all the normal ones that you plug in. But I think I don't know, I mean, to each their own, but I think for me, in terms of stylishness, I much prefer the whiter,
Me too.
just the one color as opposed to the different types of colors.
Absolutely. Even if I'm doing like a full-on color Christmas, I still like a white light. But like Lynn's, something else is I really think that we need to start kind of pursuing other ways we can use lights, not just on a Christmas tree.
Yes.
I think there's so many opportunities for people to hang lights in their windows, lights around, I don't know, features in their homes. Like, I just feel like it's like an underused
Yes, I mean,
something.
there
I
are
don't
certain
know.
people in some neighborhoods here in South Africa who will go to town on the lights like they do in the States.
Yes,
but it's not really like a full-out trend or culture that we have here for lights.
It's a bit tricky with the current load shedding situation. So maybe battery lights.
Operated ones.
But on your tables, around windows, if you have a traditional fireplace, something like that on your mantle. I just think lights really do create a beautiful aesthetic.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, lights are a goodie and an absolute must. And I mean, you talk about, then there's also like other places to be decorating, like your balustrades and stuff
so
like
this
that.
year I've decorated my staircase balustrade. I have a double volume area in my front entrance hall, so a staircase that connects upstairs to downstairs. And again, heavily influenced, and I've gone all out to in an attempt to decorate that. I just think it is a lovely opportunity, and it doesn't have to be anything outlandish, but I think it is an opportunity to do something else. So it's not just your tree in your home. It's something that they really do in the States. Well, I mean, people really go all out in decorating for the holidays. And I think maybe we'll start to see more of it coming out in the next few years in South Africa. It's similar, but like Halloween. Like, when we grew up, Halloween wasn't really a thing. No, and now it actually is a thing. Our children are growing up with it. On Halloween we dress up and they want to do all that. So I think decorating balustrades, perhaps your entranceways.
I think an entrance, if you've got an entrance hallway or something, that's a great place.
A wreath on your Christmas door.
Yes.
I think that's something that's quite beautiful, so that you're introducing Christmas from the outside of your house in. And again, those can look in different ways. I like that.
Okay.
Something else I'm really loving this year are tree groupings.
Tree groupings?
Yes. So in other words, not just one tree, guys. If you want to go extra.
It's hard enough to decorate just one tree, Bridget.
but they can be minimalist. Here's the thing. You don't have to what I'm going to share some pictures now, and you'll see what I mean. But I think it's more like a naked tree. So just a tree with lights on maybe, or maybe just a few key ribbons, bows. But simple trees, but like a group of them. That can look highly effective and beautiful. I think if you...
Different sizes and heights.
And I mean, something that a lot of people do is if in South Africa, we have a lot of the two lounge scenario, the family room and the
more formal one,
the formal lounge that no one sits in.
Yes.
And I do think sometimes people have two trees. They have the children's tree, which has all the fun.
Okay, my kids, when they were younger, hopefully they won't do that this year, but you would put up the tree, and by the end of that first week, all the baubles are gone and they're lying around on the floor somewhere. So, nice to have their tree that they can do whatever they like with, and then the formal tree.
And then the pretty nice tree where you've measured out how far the baubles
are from each other.
With all the OCD. So something to think about. But... two trees are apparently a thing also in the States. So.
Listen, I like it. More is more. More is more. So what are the top tips that we can kind of share just in terms of from across the board? Tablescapes, the tree decor, don't go, too much here, too little here. I mean, I think, so when it comes to decorating your tree itself, what is the order, I think, that you should kind of start with? So lights inside and then you work your way out.
So lights, you start with lights. So string your lights on, or if you have a pre-lit, obviously.
And where are the lights strung? On the edges or right on the sort of
No, on the edges. I think you want to go near, so
Near
that
the
they're
edges.
near like the tips. Yeah. So, and then obviously turn it on so you can kind of see where the placement is at.
Yeah.
But yeah, defo start with lats first. And then you need to start with like your bigger sized baubles. So, I don't know. People say that you should start at like your eye level because that's what you're going to see. So if you're standing, technically you're starting at the top and you're working your way down to the bottom of the tree because you'll see, you'll walk in and see. And I've been following this kind of holiday decorator on Instagram, and she had some great tips where she was saying that you start off with your baubles inside. So in other words, you don't put a bauble on like the edge of the branch.
Okay.
Like you kind of move them more inward.
Okay.
So to give like bulk to your tree, if that makes sense. So you would start off with that from the top to the bottom. And then you have your pretty like nice decorations, like your fancy ones. Like maybe you've been collecting them. I mean, to be honest, like over the years that I've traveled, I've always somehow bought Christmas decorations in different countries.
Oh, really?
So it's quite special. Like I have memories of like, oh, this I bought in Germany, or this I bought in France, and they hold or special memories of like your family.
Exactly.
So those kind of things you would then hang on the edges, like the tips. And what she also suggests is like you almost do it in a Z shape, like kind of placement, and like, I don't know, guys. It all depends on how OCD you are. I don't think we need to get so technical personally. But that's what.
But I would say just make sure that things are even on your tree and that they aren't.
I mean, something that we'll talk about in our coming episodes is this rule of 3 that we have in interior design and decorating when it comes to grouping items. So 3 is the magic number or multiples thereof. So for instance, like if you are like, let's say, buying a star and you see this star at like, let's just say Mr. Price Home, buy 3 of them. And the thing is, you're going to balance out 3s or 6s or 9s of the same item. It will just visually look better.
Same for your tablescape, I guess. If your table is long enough, you can have one centerpiece in the middle, a bigger one, and then 2 smaller ones on the other side.
Correct. Or then you'd go 6 and you do 2-2-2 or 3-3-3. Same with like, let's just say you're placing candles. It's exactly that scenario. So just keep in mind 3.
Okay. Fantastic.
And then the other thing that I did actually read as well, which they suggested that on a 2.1 meter tree. So is that like
a standard height?
No,
generally,
I think a lot of people buy like a 1.8, 1.5, where it's like semi-high. But a 2.1 is a really nice big one. That goes to door height, An internal door height is 2.1 in South Africa. And they reckon you would need 80 hanging decorations on a 2.1 meter tree. So that is a lot if you think about it. So bear that in mind. I mean, again, I suppose that's for a heavily decorated tree. It all depends the aesthetic of what you're going for. I think there's a lot to be said for minimalist trees. Like naked trees, whatever we want to call them. I think they're equally beautiful.
For sure.
Christmas is fun. I think Christmas that's the main thing. Fun.
And I think as exhausting and as tiring as it may be also, just because you are the mom, you are the cook, you are running around or whatever, it's just such a magical time for family, for togetherness. And I mean, I think, it's an exciting time. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Me too. Love it. So guys, we will share along how our Christmas decorating.
We have a Christmas related conundrum for today's episode.
Hi Linda, how are you? Just a quick one. Regarding Christmas decorations, I know other people, like we normally have like, that Christmas wreath thing, like we put it on the door, outside on the door. I know most Americans used to do that. And I know my dad will be like, you wreath. But I kind of like that. Yeah, and I think also with the Christmas tree, some other people feel that it's overdone, overrated. You know, they just get smaller Christmas decorations. Do you think that the Christmas tree thingy, is it phasing out, the big Christmas tree? Is it phasing out, or should I go for a smaller tree? You know, yeah. I don't know what you think. Just want to pick your brains about that.
So Viola has two questions for us. Mm-hmm. One is around our thoughts on Christmas wreaths, do or don't, and the second one is around the tree itself, the big trees.
Yeah.
She's wondering if big trees are phasing out, if they are not done anymore. What do you say to that?
I'd say no.
No.
I'd say, like, go big or go home.
Go big. Actually, the bigger the tree, the merrier the Christmas.
I mean, yeah, like we said, multiple trees, I don't know, we here all for it. I mean, whatever,
Absolutely.
but I think the whole thing is whatever your Christmas looks like, you know, it's obviously not just about decorating. It's
absolutely.
about the meaning of Christmas and
Yes.
family and all of that. But yeah, if we're talking pure aesthetics here, I think
Get a tree.
Yeah.
The bigger, the better.
Yeah. And then she was asking about wreaths.
Wreaths. I mean, Americans do it. It's a big thing in
Christmas
America.
wreaths.
Should we do Christmas wreaths? Should we? Shouldn't we? I don't think there's anything wrong with Christmas wreaths. I think they look beautiful. I mean, they're really nice, as we said earlier, outdoor statement to make as you enter your home.
Yeah.
I think some people may have superstitions about wreaths.
Oh, really?
I know my
Okay.
dad feels like it resembles the wreaths that you put on top of a coffin too much. And he's just like, it reminds me of death. Do not put wreaths in my house.
Really?
You will not have a wreath.
Oh, that is
So for that
interesting.
reason, he's very superstitious and he feels like you are summoning death by having a wreath.
I've never heard
But I
that.
think it's beautiful. I do think wreaths are beautiful.
I love it.
But to each their own at the same
absolutely.
time. You know?
I actually went to a wreath making workshop last week.
What?
Yeah, which was a lot of fun. And we used a whole lot of natural foliage, indigenous South African foliage.
What is usually the frame
tatabos.
of a wreath made of?
Well, I think you can make it out of a lot of things. So the workshop that I attended, there was a metal, a little metal framework on which we used to put the foliage around. But growing up, I always used to make Christmas wreaths with my mom, and we used to have like one that has that florist oasis, the green stuff that you wet, and we use that. I mean, I've seen a lot that you can buy. Even if you buy a fake floral one, and then you add your own pizzazz to that as a base.
Yes.
Then there are the kind of, I've seen quite a few of the, what is the word? Like the twig ones. I think I'm using the wrong terminology here, but you know what I'm saying?
Branchy.
Yes,
almost.
yes. And then you can add your little bit to that. So I think it all depends what you want. I mean, I have one that I purchased a couple of years ago that's all just made from baubles. I mean, it's as bling as hell, but I love it. So
we're catching the theme.
Yeah.
And very into
very into Christmas, guys. So yeah, I think it's really nice to put on your front door, or of course you can put it on your table.
Oh yes, that's another
And
idea.
then you can put like a big candle in the center, or whatever the case may be.
Lovely.
So
Very
yeah,
nice.
we like them.
Okay, V. So go for the tree, honey, and do the wreaths if you feel comfortable doing wreaths.
And send us some pics, guys.
Please, we would love to see your Christmas tables and your Christmas trees and just your decor overall.
Yeah.
We'd really love to have a look and share. Tag us, #MyStylishLife podcast. It's been so amazing to be here and talk about Christmas. And we hope you enjoy this episode, and we will see you at the next one.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We hope you have a happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.